So what is this? Performance CPU. Okay, so here we'll see the disk management. Management, right? Okay, so disk management. Multiple ways to open the disk manager, but I will tell only in a run way only. So go to run and put a disk mgmt dot msc. Disk mgmt dot msc. So then we can see our disk, and I will show you few things, and how to split the disk and how to create a partition. So we'll see that one first. So first of all, you should log in with your first account, because this is a student 2. Student 2 means standard user. Standard user uh, don't have a permission to change. Okay, so we should do it with first user only. So I'm signing out from my student 2. So I'm signing with the student 1 now. Now student 1. So student 1 password is there. For student 2 no password, right? First we'll see disk management, FAT and NTFS differences, and other file systems. And also we'll see what is MBR and GPT. Okay, how to partition the disk, all these things. Okay, so first I'm going to disk management. Go to run disk mgmt dot msc. Cap letters, small letters, no problem. Windows is not a case sensitive. Okay, disk mgmt dot msc. It will directly open disk management. Okay, so this is a disk management. It is showing, see here it is, disk 0 CD-ROM. So I have only single disk, so then it is showing disk 0 CD-ROM. So disk 0 first disk, so right click, you can see convert into MBR. It means it's a GPT disk. If it is showing convert into MBR means it is a GPT disk. Okay, and it is showing a convert into dynamic. Don't click there. So just to see options only. Okay, don't click anything. So it is a basic disk. So if you want to convert into dynamic disk, you can convert it, but it is very danger, mainly if your disk having operating system and other things. Okay, it is may give you some problems later. Okay, so only dynamic disk conversion while we are doing RAID, like if you want to go with the spanned volume, stripped volume, mirror volume, RAID 5 kind of stuff, then we need a dynamic disk. Okay, so combination of multiple disk into one single disk, so that is called volume creations, like a RAID levels. That time you have to convert your basic disk into dynamic disk, only those disk only. Main disk always should be in a basic disk only. If you convert basic to dynamic, you cannot revert it. You can't revert it. You have to remove every partitions. And also we can do partition with the command prompt like this. So go to CMD in a search. Okay. So it is showing command prompt. Right click, run as a administrator. Here also it is showing. Okay, run as a administrator. Disk partitions we can do directly graphically and also using a command called disk part. Okay, so disk part command is disk part. So you can put a command, certain commands like a list disk, how many disk you have it. Either it is GPT, star mark is showing. It means it's a GPT disk. No star mark is showing. It is a MBR disk. Very simple. Okay, you can select the disk if you want to do like on this disk. Select disk 0 because disk 0 is showing, right. So select disk 0. Then you can list everything. List volumes or partitions. Partition, not partitions. So these are the partitions, and you can select the partition, and you can able to change like this. Select partition 4. Okay, you can like strip volume or what we can split the volume, shrink the volume, or like that you can able to do it. So we need to know the commands, so that's it. Put a question mark. These are all commands you can able to do it. So compact, convert, attach, attributes, auto mount, break, clean. Clean means it is clean entire disk. It remove everything. If you format. Okay, so you can convert into GPT or online, offline, list, remove, rescan, retain, like that. So you can use different commands to it. So this is the way, one way you can able to do it with the disk part. Just I want to show. I don't have any extra disk, so if I have, then I definitely I will try to show you that. Guys, this is my C drive. It is almost 59.40 GB, so around 60 GB. And if you go to the properties of the C drive, you can see 40 GB free space is there. 40 GB free space is there. If it is not 40 GB free space, it is still more free space is available as you think. So what we can able to, you can clean up the disk cleanup. What is a disk cleanup? It remove all the temporary prefetch files and old unused files, internet temporary files. Okay, so cache files, everything you can remove with a disk cleanup. You don't require the third party tools also, so you can use disk cleanup. Here in a Windows 10, you need to do big things in Windows 10, creating some programs and all, not required. So basic maintenance you required in a Windows 10. See here it is already selected something. If I select everything, you can see including recycler bins, thumbnails, and temporary files, temporary internet files like this. So 21 point MB is there. If you scan my physical machine, you will get at least 2 GB, 3 GB for disk space. So if I click OK, it will clean all this kind of stuff. I'm not doing now, just leave it. Next one is tools. Anyway, I'm in a C drive. So tools, this is error checking. Sometimes file system errors will occur inside your disk. So improper fragments, or what we can say, sectors in columns may be there in a disk. For example, you are using a old hard disk. Definitely there is some issues in the hard disk. So what you have to do, click on this one, error checking. So to maintain one of the part in a disk maintenance, clean up the disk, a disk cleanup, error checking. You can scan your disk. It scans your disk, and if it is anything repairable, it will fix the disk. Okay, if you have a old system, even though if you have a new system also, not very fresh system, but if it is already 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, like old systems are there. So at least by every month, better to go with the cleanup and error checking. So then any issues are about to occur or occurs, it try to be repair and try to make sure that your data is your file system is good, like that. So basically it is checking for a file system error. That too it is a C drive, it will take time, and that too this is a freshly installed, it won't take much time. But if you are checking, for example, my disk having a lot of data in my C drive, and as well as I'm using from so many days and for so many years. Okay, so many years I am not checking this error checking part, so it will take more time in my physical machine. So this is a virtual machine, no problem, less time only we'll get it. One more option is there, that is also I will show you for a disk maintenance, that is a defragmentation. You can read it, you can read here like this, what is this, what is this, what is going on. If you do and just read it, and if you do, if you try, you will understand what is this. If you search in a Google and all, it will tell you so many tools, and if you follow the tools may again that contains a virus, or maybe they contains a trojans, key generators issues and all. So why we need Microsoft providing everything? So if you find anybody hate Microsoft operating system, okay, tell them what are the futures, simple futures are in Microsoft, which is how much we can able to easy for a normal person, so you can explain them like this. So no errors found, very good. Next, optimization and defragmentation. What is this defragmentation? Simple to understand, what is a fragment? Fragment means, guys, what is fragment? Hmm,
A
don't,
piece of something.
yeah, piece of something, right? So like you have a chair and you
Yeah,
got an angle.
basically, yes, sir. Basically, optimize and defragment is used for performance. Basically, it actually happens in hard drive.
Yes.
So, where if we having OS on local disk C, actually, if we optimize for total local disk C, the entire content related to the local disk C will actually come together in hardware, so that the performance will increase.
Very good. So to improve the performance, we do defragmentation. Like, very good. Okay. Now fragment, like you break something, a piece is left out, right? Like that is we can call it as a fragment. Good. And for optimizations to work more performance, we do defragmentation. Very good. Very good. Okay. So simple, I will tell. You know, when you are in a home, like you just go through your wardrobe, your beerwar, the clothes where you put it. Okay, so mom put a very clearly, very correctly arrangement, right? And she hand over to you. Okay, finally, okay, so I arrange all your clothes, good. Then what we do? We pull some jeans pant, some wear t-shirt, some wear whatever required, like a you pull out, right? And you don't arrange it properly again, and side by side we don't arrange it. So what happened? The gaps will be created. Gaps will be created. The allocations things are not correct. So what happened? Because of these gaps and improper allocation of data on the disk, so you cannot put more things in the side. So what is this? When you are accessing a data, you are writing a data, you are accessing a data, you are deleting a data, the fragments will be created. When you are read and write on the disk, the fragments will be created. So after using a longer period of time, okay, the fragments start creating. So what you have to do, you have to defragment it. Defragment means repair your disk, like any fragments are there, so arrange it properly, adjust the data and remove the gaps, so then you can able to put the more data or big files data, you can able to put it. System may show like a disk space available, but if you cannot if you because of the gaps you can't fill it. So simple, you know, mm, the chair arrangement in functions, if you go chair arrangement, system arrangement in a college or a institutes, so properly arranged, right? If gaps are there, small gaps there are leaving, the gaps, if you cover more things you can able to put it, more systems, more chairs you can able to put it. But if you keep gaps means you cannot put chair in between that one, so space is more, but more things you can't able to put it, so like, so that is the problem with the your defragmentation. And read and write will become more slow because it has to search for data here and there, so system become little bit slow. So optimize it, click on optimize. Okay, only we have a one drive, and you can just analyze it. First of all, actually it should show analyze, and this is the not yet run earlier, so it is analysis also not run. So first you have to analyze any fragments are there. If fragments are there, then click on optimize. Okay, so then it will take time actually, that's why I'm not doing now. Okay, so actually it will take time, I'm not doing, but you have to do defragmentation. Okay, so this is how to maintain a the drive, mainly your operating system drive. What is the defragmentation? Remove the fragments and optimize your disk, so it will improve your performance of disk. Okay, guys, keep telling the answer, but don't feel it is right or wrong. There is no wrong answer, there is no right answer. If you tell answer, if it is relevant, or maybe if it is something, I will try to change it and how to tell it. Okay, so make it more simple. So practice answering. So how to make it more simple? That is, you will come to know later. But I am a trainer. I will for an explanation. I will give big sentences, big explanations. But at the time of interview, you should not give big explanations. You have to give a proper, correct sentence formation, and make it more clear, one or 2 point wise only you can able to explain it. That's a better to tell some answer, even if it is a very stupid answer, not at all a problem. This is not a college, this is not an academy, this is here we are actually want to learn, that's why we are here. Okay, otherwise I can give some notes, some videos, or maybe I can explain with authority, like if you don't listen you won't get selected. uh, this is the practical, you don't do it, I don't, you won't get a marks. This is not here. Important is you should learn it, you can able to do it, and you can able to give answer at interview. And once you are completed, once you join in organization, you can able to work with your system without asking questions to everyone. So ask all the questions now only, tell answers, actively participate. Okay, don't worry if you are new to me. But I am never new to anything, anybody. Okay, so I took some batches 5 days only, some batches 3 months batches also there, full batches I also take it. I took all the classes except SQL. Okay, all your CTS batches I can able to handle it. Why not SQL? Because your Madhu sir is a much senior in a SQL part, so better I will leave for Madhu sir only. Okay, why? Because of we should get something from best. My feeling is I never feel shy to say something like this also. Okay, so he's the best in SQL, very experienced, so that's why I never try to with the student. If I don't have a choice, definitely I will try. Even I know a little bit of SQL, but I never try. So like, so I have some limitation, you have your limitations, and of course whatever it is, tell answer. Okay. Mm. Where are we? Disk optimization. Different. Yeah, tell me. Okay. So next one is This is a 60 GB disk, but I wanted some partition. Think like that. While I'm installing operating system, I didn't do partitioning, right? So I didn't done. I can do it, but I didn't done. If in case I have taken a 500 GB hard disk, you install operating system in 500 GB hard disk. Now you want to put some data in a separate disk drive, like a D drive, E drive. You want to create it, but where is the chance? Where is the D drive, E drive for creation? It is completely C drive is taken. From Vista onwards, it is got changed. We can shrink the volume. You can shrink the volume. Make sure that how much free space is available, how much disk space you require. We can shrink that volume. What is it? Shrink volume. Now it is checking. So how much is available for a shrink? Now it is telling almost like a 40 GB is available for shrinking. If I do 40 GB, so it means almost like a 19 or 20 GB for your C drive. So that is not good, right? So we need at least 30 40 GB for C drive. Okay, and of course I don't need it. So relatively I'm taking. Okay, for example, I have a 500 GB hard disk. Okay, 500 GB C drive is there. What I will do, so I will take 400 GB. 100 GB I will leave it for a C drive, or 200 GB I leave it for C drive. 300 GB I'll separately remove from it. Okay, so like that. Now I will take only 20 GB from it, or maybe 10 GB is enough. 10240. You have to tell in MBs. That's a 10240. I take it. Okay, I'm shrinking the volume. So you can see total size after shrink is a 50 GB per C drive and 10 GB unallocated size. You can read it like this. If you cannot able to shrink more volume, even if it is showing a more volume is available, but you cannot able to shrink more volume thing, so better defrag before you go to shrink the volume. Anyway, it is a new PC, no need to do defragmentation. But if it is already using for so many days, better to do defrag first, then use the shrink volume. Okay, why we should use like that? Why? Because of the adjustment will occur. Now can you see 40 GB, 49.40 is for C drive, 10 GB unallocated. In the unallocated, I can create some volume, simple volume. Right click on unallocated, go to simple volume. I will create some small volume 4096. It means 4 GB. Next, E drive. Next, NTFS file system. If you want to change the label, you can change the label. Quick format, keep the quick format, no problem. Next, finish it. Now, can you see? I got a 4 GB volume. I got a 4 GB volume. See, this is a E drive 4 GB volume. I got it now. Okay, you can keep the data inside if you want. You can keep the data. You can create some data here. Okay, some name or anything. Okay, whatever it is, like you can keep it like bitmap or a text document, something. I created some data. It right. Okay, now this is a 6 GB unallocated and E drive is there. My 4 GB is not enough. For example, I put some data, now 4 GB is full. I'm taking some small volumes. Why? Because smaller, faster, right? So for formatting and all, it is very faster. If I take 500 GB, 400 GB hard disk space, one partition, 600 GB or 200 GB or 100 GB, that is will take time. So small volumes are better. So this is, look at this one. This is a 6 GB unallocated, 4 GB volume size. For example, already 3 GB full, already 3 GB full. Now 1 GB is left over, and beside 6 GB is available. Now I want to increase my volume size. I want to increase my volume size at least another 2 GB. I want to increase it. For example, so see here it is, E drive, it on right click on E drive, extended volume, extended volume. Next, can you see 6 GB available? This 6 GB is availability showing. Now I want to take some 2 GB from that 6 GB. I want to take 2 GB. Yeah, I will take 2 GB from that one. So next, finish it. Now what happened? The 4 GB become 6 GB. If you see, this is E drive. Now it is showing 4 GB refresh. Now the E drive become 6 GB. Data is there, data is not gone, and we become 4 GB become 6 GB. See, like that. So we can able to extend our value. And here C drive. C drive want to expand. 4 GB unallocated is there now, so I can take 4 GB added to my 50 GB, so then I can become a 54 GB. So we'll see C drive, right click, extended volume. What happened to extended volume? We can't add that unallocated to C drive. We can add it to E drive, but we cannot add it to C drive because it is not adjacent. It is not adjacent. This is adjacent to E, but this is not adjacent to E. There is a gap. Okay. So directly we are telling like that, but internal mechanism is different. It is actually divided based on sectors and tracks. Okay. If you click on E drive, still you can see extended volume, but if it is in C drive, you can't find a extended volume. Okay. So here you can get extended volume, E drive, 4 is available, finish. Now it is become again full 10 GB volume, 50, 10. For example, I'm shrinking my C drive, I'm shrinking my C drive, shrink volume. Okay, I will take something from it, 4096, 4 GB shrinking. Okay, 4 GB unallocated. Now extended volume is available for C drive because unallocated is adjacent. For E drive, it is gone. Why? Because of this 4 GB we can't add it to E drive, but we can add it to C drive. So make sure that it should be next to our volume, and it should be unallocated next to it, adjacent. Then only we can able to add it. So that is your partition. Okay. So to decrease the volume size, unallocated size, so you want to separate it, you should use the shrink volume. If you want to add the unallocated to your volume, make sure that it should be adjacent and next to it. Okay. You can extend this volume to here, like this, extended. You can see 4 GB. So you can go next, you can get this 4 GB. Okay. But I'm going to do other things. 4 GB, I'm going to create FAT32. FAT32. FAT32, both are there here. FAT32. So I'm using FAT32 now. When I select FAT32, see, this line is become disabled. FAT, this line is disabled. So this is now enabled. See, enabled. Understand? This is the FAT volume, FAT32 I'm giving. Next, finish it. Now this is NTFS, this is FAT. So two volumes I created. This is a 4 GB FAT. This is a 10 GB NTFS. So this is how we can able to create a partitions like this. Okay. So we'll see the difference between these two things. Based on that, we can do practicals. This is a disk management part 1 type. Next, file system practicals we will do. Guys, understand how to do shrink
Yes.
volume. Just I'm putting a name here. Of course, I try to explain what is MBR, GPT. Anybody knows what is MBR and GPT? Any?
No, sir.
Very good. Then good. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
MBR
MBR.
is used for, yeah, MBR is used for older versions like older BIOS. We can use MBR. GPT is just like for UFI we can use for GPT, but MBR having some partition limits. We cannot partition more than 2 TB like that. But GPT we can partition like based on our requirement we can partition.
Very good. So the important point is we have a framework called BIOS and UEFI. Okay. So usually BIOS support for all kind of hardware, 32-bit, 64-bit operating systems. Its support is there, but UFI is a newer version. It will only support currently, as we know, 64-bit only. Okay, 64-bit hardware only having a UFI. Most of the new hardwares are 64-bit only, and certain operating system like Windows 8, 8.1, Windows 10, of course, servers Linux latest versions only it will support. Okay. So BIOS support kind of stuff. It is a motherboard ROM chip only firmware. It is about our firmwares only. Firmware or firmware or anything you can spell it. So by default, if you have a BIOS chip or a BIOS based operating system you are installing, freshly you are installing hard disk is become MBR type of disk. So when you add a new disk, the disk is either MBR type or a GPT type of disk is there. You have to initialize the disk as a MBR or a GPT. Okay. So if you are taking MBR type of disk, there is a partition limit and a boot record kind of stuff is there. So if you are using BIOS based operating systems, then definitely your hard disk become MBR type of hard disk. It is initialized as a MBR directly. If you are using UEFI, um, you are having a now you don't have a UEFI pure UEFI you are not having. You are having BIOS and UEFI based motherboards nowadays. So if you are installing UEFI based operating systems, definitely if you are installing UEFI based operating systems means the compatible operating system when you're installing your disk is an empty disk, right? So automatically it become a GPT disk. Okay. Now there has their own limitations, so then we'll see that one also. What is an MBR? MBR is a master boot record. Okay. Next, the yes, your answer is correct. GUID, sorry, GUID partition table. Both are nothing but a tables only. Both this MBR type of disk, okay, MBR disk have a MBR table. MBR record means like a MBR table only. Okay, that time it is they call it as a record. GPT, so GPT partition table is there, GUID partition table. What it contains, how many partitions you are made it, how many primary partitions, extended logical partition, each partition from which sector to which sector, okay, partition number like a partition 0, partition 1, partition 2, partition 3, like that, and their sizes and OS location in the partition. So that information stores in these records only. In these records, there are in a first sector or a zeroth sector in a disk. So first disk, the main track will create, right? So in the track only, it will create starting track only. So MBR information means how many partitions information, where is operating system location, primary partition locations, okay, that information stores in MBR. Okay, so next one is GPT, same thing, partition information only. But what is there? Why two are there? So we'll see that one. Total four primary partitions we can able to create. Okay, total four primary partitions we can able to create. I have this one. Yes. See, here it is. This is a disk. Okay. Think like it is something around 500 GB hard disk. You got it. Okay. I have 1 TB of disk also there. Okay. So for example, this is 50 GB. For example, this is 100 GB, and this is again 100 GB, and you take finally 50 GB. What happened? Overall, four partitions completed, right? One, two, three, 4. So 50, 200, 300 GB completed. But about this 200 GB, this 200 GB, you can't do anything. You can't do anything with this 200 GB. You can't do anything with a 200 GB. This is, you can't create any partitions. Either do this 200 GB. So primaries are completed. Four primaries are completed. What is the solution? You have to arrange it properly, or otherwise you have to do very simple. This is 100 GB, this is 250, single partition you can able to create it. Okay. Like this also you can able to create it, 250 GB single partition, or you have to do it from starting itself, like a first one is 200, next one is something around 100. So 300 completed, 100, 100. So first one 200 C drive, remaining 100, we can give 4. You can give less also, no problem, but not more than 4 primary, you can't able to do it. But if you want more partitions, you have very big hard disk. Now 500 GB, 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes are become smaller. Earlier 80 GB is a very big one. 40 GB is very big one. If you are rich person, you can able to afford a 40 GB hard disk. Understand? You can able to put more money. What is the solution here they created? That is, this is primary, this is primary, this is primary, and this is become extended. So this extended we can able to create logical partitions. These are logical small partitions we can able to create it. So three partitions primary, one extended. In extended we can create a logical partitions. So three primary plus one extended. Okay, in extended we can create a logical, okay, multiple logical partitions you can able to create. So like this. So this is the limitations. So master boot record, three primary and one extended. In extended you can create as a logical partition. Next, each partition size you cannot create more than 2 terabytes. Okay, not more than, okay, 2 terabytes you can't able to create it. So this is the MBR limitations. In GPT 128 primary partitions. So i- and no extended partition. You don't require any extended partition. You can take any size of the disk. Also, we can take it. Okay. So practically, with more partitions, you can able to create it. 128 primary partitions you can create it. No extended partitions. Okay. Mm. It support more than 2 terabyte. That is also we can call as, so also this one is we call as up to 2 terabytes partition we can able to create it. This is more than 2 terabyte partition you can able to create it. Okay, so maximum, as a different textbook tell different stories, but finally I said maximum size is support, maximum support. Okay, maximum support is up to 18 EB. Okay, so max support, we can say up to, I just mixing all the words, so don't mix like that, so keep it very small. Okay, up to 18 EB or more than 2 terabytes. Okay, so again, if you are using BIOS, by default the empty disk become a MBR type of disk. If you are using UEFI type of firmware and VFI supporting operating systems, it is automatically a GPT. Okay, disk type is GPT. If you add a extra hard disk, it can be MBR and GPT, it depends upon you. Okay, I have a hard disk in my physical PC. If you want to see, I will show you disk management. I have two hard disks. One is a 500 GB which came with this laptop and added a 1 terabyte extra hard disk. See, disk 0, disk 1. Where is CD-ROM? The CD-ROM I removed it and added this disk, and I created only three partitions in the disk 1. Why? It is a MBR type of disk. Okay, disk 1 is a MBR type of disk. Disk 0 is a GPT type of disk. It is already Windows 8. That time it is itself it is a GPT disk. Okay, so when I added this disk, I added like a, MBR type only because of the the arrangement is there no inside, that is something they call so the some candy kind of stuff. Okay, so when I insert that one, so it is not accepting, so the GPT thing. So what I done, I put a I format the disk separately with the MBR and I inserted. Now it is working. And anyway I need a more big sizes. This is 1 terabyte, this is see 200 GB, 200 GB, and it is 531, all remaining make it as a one single partition. I don't go with the fourth one also. If I go with the fourth one, automatically it is become extended. I don't like it. Anyway, I need a big sizes. Okay, this is 500 GB, more partition, 1 terabyte, less partitions. That's it. Okay, that's why I don't go with SSDs also. SSDs are waste, money waste. Of course, if you are a gamer or full length developer or so many things you do, like you can go for it. If you can able to offer money, then you can go for it. Otherwise, this is a Okay, like this. So I think I purchased Seagate only. That time little bit less cost. Cost is okay. 1 terabyte. See, 1 terabyte. This cost current cost. But if you go with 1 terabyte SSD, it is around thousands, 10,000 like that. This is for external connection. Like this is candy like this. So I removed my DVD ROM, second by SD like this, and I inserted my hard disk here. Little bit struggle. So luckily both are working. So first time it is not working, later it is working. Okay, you can learn so many things just if you try. To reduce the volume means, so if you have a disk and disk contains the data, right? Like you want to, for example, it is a 100 GB drive. 100 GB drive is there, and 10 GB data is there. You want to split it. You want to reduce like at 100 GB to 20 GB. You can use shrink volume. That is one thing. Or maybe you have a more data. Now you cannot able to put more data inside. Okay, already full. You can compress the data using compressing the volume. That is one option, compress. But don't use compress in your physical machines. Okay, compress is also one option. Okay, next here, uh, okay, MBR and GPT. Next is a basic disk, uh, dynamic. Basic disk used for a simple volumes. Now currently we call it as a simple volume. Normally we call these things are as a partitions. Simple partitions. And for OS. Okay. Next, dynamic disk is for a to create a RAID. So what is RAID? So to create a SPAN. So span is something whatever. Shipped shape mirror RAID 5. So in this tab, like if you want to create these kind of volumes, if you want to create these kind of volumes, so you have to convert into dynamic. Okay, but one disk compulsory operating system is required. So that is for a basic disk. You have to add an extra disk to create these volumes if you want it. Okay, that is comes under storage only, not now. Um, Tell me whatever we discussed till now. Okay, yeah, file systems. Okay, in Windows we use a file system, FAT, NTFS. These two are main file systems. Now, few new file systems came up, that is called exFAT, REFS. These two new file systems are came up. So FAT and TFS from Windows 8 onwards, exFAT and REFS is also there. I will explain file system in the next after 5 minutes.